Oh, hi, it's me. In my last video where I completely miserably failed to make a microphone, one of the big things that I was having issues with were the tools that I were using. Because I'm inexperienced, cheap, and lazy, I decided that it'd be a good idea to go to Home Depot and pick up the cheapest soldering tools that I can find, with nothing to hold the circuit boards that I was working on, or safety gloves, or fume regulators, and a bunch of other things that probably had you screaming at your camera. And today, I rectified that issue. Now, as you're watching this video, it's probably been several weeks later, but it's currently Black Friday. What that means is that I can now pick up tools on discount and closer to their actual true value. But I want to place a bit of a challenge on myself because I find it to be a little bit boring when people just go out and spend thousands of dollars on tools and then they do these impossible projects when most people don't really have the funds to do that. And I want to make sure that you, the viewer at home, can purchase what I purchased without having any major issues. So I decided that I'm going to do an Amazon shopping challenge, like a generic tech YouTuber, which I'm not. For this challenge, I imposed a budget of $100. I think that you should be able to find everything you need for $100 in most cases. Sometimes you might have to sacrifice a bit on quality, but that's how it goes. But to make the challenge even worse, I can only pick what's at the top of the Amazon search results. That means that whatever I need to do a video, I can only go to the top of Amazon and pick the most recommended Amazon option, whether that's Amazon Basics, a cheap Chinese brand, or a really expensive brand. But no advertisements are allowed. So if this is an advertisement from a big company that paid hundreds of thousands of dollars just to get a placement, we can't do that. But in addition to that, I also have to use these items and tools for the rest of the year. So that means starting from December 2024 all the way to December 2025, even if one of these tools breaks or has a malfunction, that's the only time I can replace it. What this allows me to do is focus more on the creation side of things instead of getting wrapped up with the tools. Now, obviously there are moments where I'm gonna need certain tools to do certain things. I might need a specialized tool to do something different that I don't have. But even then, I'm only allowed to use the top page of Amazon. And this is to simulate what a realistic, uninformed shopper would look for when looking for tools. So with this being said, we're gonna head over to my desk and we're going to take a look at some of the tools that I'm gonna be buying and using for the rest of the video creation process for an entire year. And hopefully I pick some good ones because I only have $100 to spare. So as you can see, I'm currently crappily in a corner from my web camera with poor lighting. And we're on Amazon.com and we're gonna find some products to buy. So one of the big things that I had an issue with was that my solder really sucked. And so what we're gonna do this time is we're gonna buy a soldering station that's actually good. So you can see here that Amazon knows that I like Wi-Fi and tech products and hair and ginger, turmeric. And so now what I'm going to look for is a soldering station. So obviously I did look at other stuff for our previous projects, but we're just going to type in soldering station, and the first non-advertisement option is what we have to go for. Even if it's not on Black Friday sale, even if it's a piece of we have to add it to a cart, and we can only add up to $100 worth of items. So we're gonna have to be really, really lucky. So let's go for soldering station. Okay. So the first, oh, these are all sponsored. Oh, Jesus Christ. Are these all sponsored? Which one is the first non-sponsored? This one is the first non-sponsored one. So the first non-sponsored one we have is the Yihua.
A 96360 watt digital display soldering iron station kit with 2 helping hands, 6 iron tips, lead-free solders.
Solder Sucker for $39. It has a 4.5 star with 5,716 ratings. That's not bad. That's really not bad. Great setup fast. Okay, so we have this. We got to remove the Pine 64. I'm so sorry. The Pine Soul is a great product. I'm sure I'd prefer to buy it over this, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers, and I'm begging for views and content. So we're gonna add this to the cart. Next big thing that we were having issues with was that I needed lighting. We're gonna go for DSLR lighting kit. Probably going to get a ring light of some sort, so you're going to be seeing rings on my eyes like I'm a Baldur's Gate 3 character. DSLR lighting kit, please.
2-pack LED video light kit, nice VD studio light, 28 to 60K dimmable photography lighting kit with tripod stand with phone holder, 73 stream light, video recording, game streaming, YouTube.
So we're gonna go with this. Actually, this costs more than a soldering iron. It's ridiculous. But I can get a 2-pack. I don't think I need a 2-pack, you know what I'm saying? I think I realistically need a 1-pack. I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to see if I will buy the nice VD. I just don't think I need 2 of them. I think 2 of them is excessive. I will buy a nice VD. I will buy this kit, but just not 2 of them. We are going to buy the single 1 pack from the nice VD, so we're gonna add this to our cart. So we have $73.98 left. Let's do some quick maths. We have $27, give or take. We're not gonna include taxes in this price, so we got $27. So we got a soldering iron kit, a lighting kit. What else do we need? I think we need a 3D printer. we need a 3D printer. No. We can't, but we can buy one for $127. How about a work table? We are not finding a work table for cheap. Hey, $44 is really not that bad for a workbench. That's not bad at all. Oh God. Camera arm. I don't even know what else I need. I have $73 worth of here. So we're gonna go ahead and buy the next best thing, which is the small rig. This is it. This is all I can buy. You know what? Okay. Oh wait, we have 9.8 inches. We have 9.8 inches of small rig.
A few moments later.
We're just gonna go ahead and order it, and we'll see what arrives when it arrives. Okay, so some time has elapsed, and recently in the mail, I finally got my Amazon package so we can start the unboxing experience and see what items I got. So, first up, despite all the things you ordered, the box is surprisingly kind of large, but not as big as I was expecting. So we're just gonna go through and see what we got on our little Amazon Black Friday excursion. And the first thing we're gonna start off with is the soldering iron. So you can see here, we have the U-Haul anti-static adjustable constant temp soldering iron, and so far it seems to be relatively small. I don't know how large these things are supposed to be. Mind you, this was originally $80. We got it for $40, so hopefully it's not complete garbage. A little bit of a operation instruction. Oh, it's just kind of thrown in there. It's just a box full of stuff just thrown in there. All right, we got tweezers, solder, the actual station itself, which is very cheap in plastic, not made of really good material, has a knob here for us to turn. It doesn't lock in place, it just freely rotates. And then a little LCD screen or an LED screen right there. Power at the back, cable hardwired in, no USB-C. The 2 arms that attach to the side to hold up our electronics. Interchangeable tips, not a bad selection. I think there's 6 here. So we've got 6 interchangeable tips. Sponge to wipe our solder off, and the desoldering pump. So we actually get a desoldering pump. So the next thing that's up is the arm. Now, last time we ordered a small rig arm. Unfortunately, there was some sort of shipping delays or something like that where they weren't all gonna come at the same time. And so I just decided to go to the next best thing. I ended up having a discount for Amazon Prime anyways. And so that allowed us to get what I actually wanted, which was this. The MSO8 Super Magic with a J, not branded, Magic Arm, which looks like this. We got our arm. Made out of pretty okay metal. It has a little mount on the end here, clip here. I haven't tried it out with this camera, obviously. I'm a little bit doubtful that it can support the weight of this camera, but that's yet to be seen, I guess. And most importantly, a phone mount, which means I can now have phone mounted to this arm or anything else or my tripod. So thanks for whatever this is. So this was a couple of dollars. I'll put the price on screen right here. And then last but not least is our nice VD video light kit. We have our nice VD video light kit. It was upside down. We have our giant LED panel. Hollow as hell. It sounds like it weighs nothing, but we have a big LED panel. Our phone mount. A nice VD bag, which is actually pretty cool. for carrying. Instrucciones, quick instrucciones manual. USB to USB-C adapter, which is actually really helpful. You can never have too many of these. And then our stand. So now we have an adjustable stand. So with all these things combined, we can get a nice little setup going. And so hopefully this should allow me to make videos that don't actually completely suck garbage. Okay, so I've just finished setting up everything, and here you can kind of see that the stand isn't all that bad. We have a really large, bright LED panel. Here it has a little remote that allows me to change the color and the options and stuff like that, so I can lower the brightness, or I can change the color by pressing this button right here. Phone stand, giant panel, not bad. Next thing that we have here is the arm, and honestly I'm really impressed with this. I'm glad that we got this over the small rig. I personally think that this is one of the best investments I've ever had. We have a clamp right here, a really solid metal aluminum kind of structure, but what makes it really good is that these heads all rotate and swivel to the left or to the right, which means that I can actually change this from looking directly down to looking directly slightly to the left, slightly to the right, so you can control tilt, and it kind of has that sort of gyro feel to it. It's strong enough to hold up my camera, which was the biggest part. I probably won't be using my camera like this for overhead shots. I might actually switch to the iPhone just because I have an iPhone 14, the quality's so good. But other than that, it can hold the camera up, which means that desk mounted operation should be easy in conjunction with this light. So what we're going to do actually is we're going to test out this new setup by assembling this big box of soldering materials so that I can get it set up. So we're going to get started with the most basic part of our setup, which is this soldering kit. As I mentioned before, construction is completely plastic, really cheap, really nothing special about it. However, it costs the same amount as the stupid soldering iron from Home Depot. So we're getting a lot more here. What we're doing is we're getting relatively cheap plastic solder, if I do say so myself, but it does come with 6 different tips, a tip attached to it. So overall, I really cannot complain when it comes to the quality, especially for what we're paying for. One of the things that people complain about the most, however, are these bad guys, the arms. So basically the way that the arms attach is that they go on the side right here. I suspect I screwed those off. I just want to say that was one of the biggest blunders of the first project. Is not having arms like these. These are amazing, and especially when you need an extra pair of hands, it's kind of hard to hold something in your hand and solder it and flip it over and solder it. So this was definitely going to be a lifesaver when it comes to getting everything set up. Goes right here. There you go. I don't like the way that fits. Okay, great. So one of the issues that I'm encountering right now is the fact that this part is a Phillips head screw that requires me to use a screwdriver that's currently obscured by this. If I had a right hand screw or a screwdriver, stubbier screw, probably wouldn't be as much of a problem. But unfortunately, it seems that this is not working in my favor. But we can still attach the handle right here, lie it flat on its side. There we go. So this is our new soldering attachment station. So this is our new soldering station. Solder right here, free spinning on this handle. Place for us to put our soldering irons. A desoldering suction tool so that we can clean up any mistakes that we made. Small little whatever the hell this is. And a number of other stuff. So overall for $40, I'm pretty happy so far. The only thing left for us to do is actually work on soldering something. Okay, so there you have it. We have our official soldering station set up, along with a clamp to hold any overhead camera angles and proper lighting so that the camera doesn't freak out. I'm really happy with what we got for $100, and I'm hoping that this will allow me to make the type of content that you guys want to see. And obviously with a tool like this that can clamp onto anything, maybe even getting a suction cup attachment for this, we can do content of a large variety in ways that I could have never imagined doing before. Now, will all this be easy to clean up? I have no idea, but I want to thank you all again so much for watching. If you like videos and content like this, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, and tell me what you want to see me work on next. I have a feeling that the microphone project will be getting fixed. I'm not too sure if I can figure out what exactly went wrong, but with tools like this and a setup like this and the help of you, the audience, I should be able to find a way to get it to work. And if not, in the meantime, we'll at least have a lot of other projects to work on. So thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Ray, and if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to let me know which one to see me work on next. Peace.